Coach, how would you sum up this one?
Well, we weren't ready to play defense out the gate. We didn't track hard enough against, their big players made us pay. I mean, Oshie gets 3, Ovechkin gets 2. Unbelievable effort to come back, make it 4-on-4 or 4-4, and then some really bad plays by some of our guys that ends up in the net.
Is that maybe the difference? Last year you had some of those games, it would be 4-1, and next thing you know it would be 6-1, 7-1, 8-1. I know you lost the game, but is there a little bit, like, you can hang your hat on the fact that, you know what, like, you guys did fight back and make this a...
Yeah, no, I mean, when you make it 4-4, now you got to take the game over. We made a couple really bad plays. I think they had 3 or 4 goals tonight off face-off wins by us, and we just didn't execute. Some guys on the back end, didn't execute, and it ended up in our net. And when you have guys like Ovechkin and Oshie and these guys that can score, you can't make those mistakes if you want to beat them. And we did a lot of really good things. Offensively, did a lot of really good things. But you can't go tit for tat for them. But a valiant effort by us in the second period to bring, to do what we did and then bring it within 1 in the third. And the difference is we kill the penalty, and then we leave Ovechkin open and he puts the game away.
And was that goal at the end of the second period with, I think, 7 seconds left, was that deflating in terms of having to go into your room, and what was the feeling at that point after they get that late goal?
Yeah, it can't happen. You put guys out there to get the job done at the end of the period, and, we won a 50-50 puck with, I think, 20 seconds left, and, we've battled this far back. You got to keep it out of the net, and, just to give them another 2-goal lead coming in just can't happen if you're going to win.
Was anything said, DJ, after that first period?
Well, just we got to track harder. You can't give their players that much time. I thought, I'll have to rewatch it, but the chances are probably even tonight, or it might even be in our favor. But you can't, give them a ton in the first. Now, there's probably a few there that I'm sure Forsey wants back, and there's just too much firepower to spot them goals.
You mentioned Forsberg. You guys should have had a couple.
Yeah, I don't know much about, I'll ask the goalie coach what he thinks, but I'm sure there's probably a couple there in the first. I thought Gus made some saves. We got the game in control, and then we give Ovi a breakaway. So we kind of hung him out, but I thought he did a good job when he got in there.
How good was Jake Matheson tonight?
He's real. That line was good. They were dangerous all night. Zub and Shabbat and those 3 were dominant. They were the best line on the ice. That's a positive there. They got to keep doing that, but we need, the other games I thought we checked way harder. Now, give them credit. These are some of the best offensive players in the world, Kuznetsov and Ovechkin, and you give them shots, it goes in the back of the net. So I just thought we checked harder in the other games, but the resiliency was there, but we got to get back to checking. And then if you combine that with the offense, I thought our power play looked good until the last power play. If we get back to doing that, we'll start winning games.
What kind of confidence does it take to score that? It was the second goal, one where he held Matheson, held on to it, and then put it home.
Well, yeah, it's big time skill. That line, if you give them chances, much like they're the other team's top lines, they're real players. And when you give them good looks, they score. And Drake's a real good player, real good patience to score that goal. And he had all kinds of looks all night. That line had a lot of looks.
How tough is it? Shabbat and Zub were just terrific again tonight. It didn't feel like your other 2 pairings maybe were up to par. Like, how tough is it for you and as a coach to just resist the urge? It's almost like you want to put those 2 out all the time.
Well, they were so much better than any other pair. It wasn't close. You don't want to play them as much as you play them, but ultimately we have 3 days off between games, and you're trying to win the game. Every time those 2 are out there, we have the puck, we're in the offensive zone, and I thought, the other pairs certainly struggled.
DJ, how would you characterize this homestand? Is it a bit of a missed opportunity this early in the year to get this many games at home?
For sure. I thought we deserved better against San Jose. Certainly deserved better against the Rangers. Tonight, just we weren't ready when the game started. We did a lot of good things, but it was probably our worst game of all of them. But in saying that, you know, we're going on the road. It'll be a good chance for us to get together. I mean, you're seeing more and more road teams winning games. Tough part, we don't get the matchup. We'll look at line combinations, but if we check for our chances, we can play with anybody.